Nothing.
Go to your room. Jesus! Go to your room. Go to your room. In fact, both of you get out. Go to your room.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now yesterday the housemate had the pool party, right? Last night, and it was nothing short of amazing. It was the first time these guys were going to be like in a very relaxed mood. They could take off their microphones. I feel like some of the housemates felt like it was an opportunity for them to say the things that they've always wanted to say but could not say in the microphone. So what they did was, remove your microphone and then go into the pool area. Obviously, you cannot take people's property into the water. So you would literally see a lot of people talking at the pool. I mean, without their microphone, they were like, man, this is a good time to say a lot of things that they want to say outside of the camera. Now, during the pool party, of course, we saw Cee C and Frodd. I mean, I think that something is brewing between those two people. For the first time, we saw Adekunle and, of course, Uriel, right? But at the same time, it feels like the person that Uriel is really crushing on is actually Neo and not Adekunle, right? Because yesterday, during the game that they had, she was telling the housemates that, you know what, Venita was asking her if there's somebody you want to like right now on that table, who would it be? And she was like, she wasn't going to mention, but eventually she said she likes men that are in charge and that it was going to be Neo. So apparently it feels like it's Neo. She's been crushing him. But of course, we're seeing some kind of dynamics between herself and Adekunle.
The way I'm currently feeling is I love the man who's in charge. I would say here.
But straight into my gist, right? So what happened was after the party and after the whole game, we saw Neo and Ilebaye under the shades, right? They were having a conversation. I feel like Ilebaye was, just enjoying herself. They were in this particular position, just in bed, and all of that. And I was shocked that I could see that because there was a little bit of a rancor that happened between Neo and Ilebaye, where it was like, get the F out of my table if you're not ready to play the game. And I personally felt like she was being bullied, I feel like you don't shout out the fellow housemate, but I think that a lot of people are seeing her as a young girl, Gen Z, and they can ride her and all of that. And she's also not taking that lightly, you understand? But I also think that she has not put herself in a place of respect. How do I mean? Now, she was in Neo's bed. Prior to that time, Tolanibaj and Neo were having a conversation. So I think that Tolanibaj likes Neo. It feels like there's something brewing underneath that we do not know about. Well, these are two mature people. You know when somebody likes you and when somebody does not like you. So in this particular way, it feels like Tolanibaj likes Neo in a romantic way. So they were having a conversation on the table in the living area. And Neo was telling Tolanibaj about the things that Ilebaye has told him. I think he even mentioned to her at some point before now that twice, Ilebaye had dragged him into the restroom outside of the house before they even got to the house. So apparently, Ilebaye and Neo had met outside of the house. And here is Neo telling Tolanibaj that Ilebaye has pulled him twice into the restroom outside of the house.
There's a moment in the
You get what I'm saying?
I have one that's
Alright, cool. At least now I know how to answer our friend's question. Whatever she feels like, I don't know.
Now, Neo is telling Tolanibaj, Ilebaye has professed love to him twice and all of that, and that, there's nothing between him and Ilebaye, and even at some point, Tolanibaj had to tell Neo to stand up because Ilebaye came to sit where they were talking. So Ilebaye and T-Baj are not on cool terms. I feel like T-Baj doesn't like Ilebaye. Now, back to the bed issue. When Neo and Ilebaye were in bed, Tolanibaj just stood up and said, you know what? Ilebaye should leave the room.
Get out.
Sorry.
Out. You are fine, but get out. This way, get out.
Sorry.
No, you can't.
You're not going to sleep here.
Neo was shocked. Like, why would Tolanibaj say that? Tolanibaj was like, see, tell this girl to leave the room. And, Ilebaye responded to her by saying that, you know what? I'm not going to leave this room except Neo tells me to leave the room. In fact, at some point, Ilebaye was like, Tolanibaj was like, both of you should leave the room. But at some point, she felt like she was overdoing the thing, right? And then she was like, you know what? Ilebaye should leave the room. She started calling Ilebaye all sorts of names. Neo was like, babes, calm down. Why are you putting him on the spot? So with that statement, for me, it felt like there was something really going on between Neo and Tolanibaj. On the low, it's not blown out of proportion yet. It's not fully known yet. But of course, they have this little long. Sometimes you don't need to ask somebody out for somebody to be your girlfriend. That's what you need to know. Or for you to be in a relationship with someone. As long as both of you have an understanding, it's understanding that matters. Both of you are already getting into something. So I feel like that's what Neo and Tolanibaj have. And then Neo was on a fix, right? Like, what?
If you cannot tell her to leave this
Tolani,
room,
what?
if you cannot tell her to leave this room,
Tolani, why are you
our
guys?
friendship is
Oh
over.
my God,
Simple.
But what Ilebaye did was, she just stood up, right? After New walked up, because New just walked out of the room. Then, Ilebaye also looked at the fact that there's nothing she's really doing here. The person who she's here for has walked out of the room, so there's no point. Guess what? She also tried walking out of the room, and, Tolanibaj started calling her all sorts of names. And then, Ilebaye meets, what's his name? Neo in the living area. Neo is so pissed at the fact that Tolanibaj could do that to him, right? He doesn't like the fact that he felt embarrassed at what Tolanibaj did to him, because in his mind, it's like, come on, I mean, it's all vibes and, chill in this house. Why would you be telling somebody to leave the room? Why would you even tell him to leave the room also? It's like he's just pissed. He just wants to rest. He just wants to sleep and enjoy himself. He doesn't want to have any issues that night. Now, personally for me, I think the Ilebaye has not put herself in a place of respect, regardless of your age, whether you're Gen Z or not. I think she hasn't put her place in this place of respect. Remember when they got into the house? It was first her and Neo. Then she moved on to Kiddwaya. Then we saw her and Cross at the party, right? We've seen her, professing love to White Money on a couple of times, right? She even told White Money yesterday that she really does like him. And I'm like, is this a strategy or you're just on cruise mode? Because if you're on cruise mode rather, it's better off. But even if you're on cruise mode, you're being tacky about your strategy, right? You're being tacky about your cruise because you're here today, you're here tomorrow. Yes, we're talking about you, but at the same time, it feels a bit tacky in terms of your strategy. I feel like she should make them want her and not her perching on these guys. There's a way a lady can make men want her. That's what Doyin is also doing at some point. Stylishly, sometimes Kiddwaya wants to just grab Doyin and all of that. And Doyin just tells me, don't touch me and all that. And he's like, the way he looks at her is like this girl. And that's what some girls should really do. Not this whole, you've been perchy on a guy and all of that. Because apparently, right, after she left Neo, she now went to Kiddwaya's bed. Kiddwaya was already, kind of sleeping. But Kiddwaya was not ready for all of this drama and shenanigans that she was doing because Kiddwaya wasn't giving her the attention. She was not telling the people in the room that, if nobody wants her, there's no problem. Or she'll have an imaginary friend. Blah blah. In my mind, I'm like, are you looking for a friend or are you looking for a boyfriend?
Friend, it's okay. I can leave. I'll have imaginary friend. No, it's fine.
I see a lot of issues happening between a lot of housemates and Ilebaye because yesterday, herself and Benita had a bit of an issue with regards to the coins they won. You understand? She's been having back and forth with a few housemates, right? She feels like a lot of people are looking down on her, and she's saying that she's not really brought out the Ilebaye. She doesn't want people to meet the real Ilebaye, that when they meet it, it will be nasty, right? But I am waiting for her to bring out the real Ilebaye because this Ilebaye that we are seeing, he's not going to pay her in the long run. He's already given her like a very crazy perception, a tacky perception, even to the housemates. They are seeing her like a younger one. When I feel like, when you look at the Big Brother Titan season, the band was like the youngest there, but he was white. He carried himself with so much respect that he took out Yemi's girlfriend from him. That's Kosi. He took Kosi away from Yemi. I mean, that's the kind of strategy that Ilebaye would probably want to come with. I'm not saying that she should come with that kind of strategy, but she come with a strategy where she's really wise, she's strategic, right? That even the older ones there, when they sit down together, they're like shocked at the wisdom and all of that. But of course, I mean, she decided to play the game the way she knows how to play best. So please go to the comment section and let me know what you think. Do you think that Tolanibaj was right to have asked Ilebaye to leave Neo's bed? I mean, they are all housemates, right? Nobody's anybody's older brother or younger sister. They're all housemates. Do you think it was right for Tolanibaj to ask Ilebaye to get out of the room and even to ask me to get out of the room? Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bells, and guess what? You get notified whenever I post a video. Go on all social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And of course on TikTok. And follow me at Olufemi Daniel. Until next time I come here again very soon. It's bye for now.